The EU gave mutual recognition to New Zealand but not the UK, a move which one of Boris Johnson's trade advisers has described as absurd and political in an exclusive interview with Express. After almost a year of negotiations and multiple missed deadlines, Britain and the EU finally secured a post-Brexit trade deal. Announced on Christmas Eve, Prime Minister Boris Johnson called it a jumbo Canada-style deal and declared, "All our red lines about returning sovereignty have been achieved. Everything that the British public were promised during the 2016 referendum and in the general election last year is delivered by this deal. The deal is fantastic news for families and businesses in every part of the UK. We have signed the first free trade agreement based on zero tariffs and zero quotas that has ever been achieved with the EU." Speaking from Brussels, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the EU had achieved 5.5 years of predictability for our fishing communities. She added that on issues such as climate change the EU and the UK will stand shoulder to shoulder to deliver on our common global goals. As usual, though, the devil is in the detail, and in the full text of the trade deal, it has emerged that as it stands, New Zealand appears to have a closer relationship on sanitary and phytosanitary measures (SPS) with the EU than Britain, with an agreement that limits checks and simplifies paperwork. According to government trade advisor Shankar Singham, it is because Brussels refused to do a mutual recognition agreement with London. Mr. Singham, the CEO of economic consultancy firm Competer, told Express.co.uk, New Zealand and the EU have a veterinary agreement on meat products, which is actually a very good agreement. It is a mutual recognition agreement of underlying product regulation. So, even though New Zealand and the EU have different SPS regimes for meat, they recognize each other's underlying product regulation. The trade expert noted, so much for the view that the EU doesn't do mutual recognition, it does. According to Mr. Singham, there is no reason why Britain cannot have the same agreement with the EU. He added, if you do that with New Zealand, which has got a different SPS regime, why would you not do that with the UK, which at the moment has got the same? Pretty absurd. The EU did not put that in, it's a very political move and it made no sense.